Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mykaela, and in today's video I'm going to be doing like a client makeup tutorial. So I have my cousin Lydia here with me and she's going to be my model.
Hi!
And yeah, I'm basically just going to do her makeup. I'm going to do a voiceover so that I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm doing her makeup and what products I'm using. So if you guys are interested, then just keep watching. To start prepping her skin, I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus spray in Gold Light. And then to moisturize and prime the rest of the skin, I'm going to be using the MAC Strobe Cream and the OXX Bloom Prep and Prime. It's super important to prime the skin because that is going to make such a big difference to the way that the makeup sits on the skin. So I'm just applying this all over her face, her ears, and her neck area. That was so cute. I had to keep that part in there of her jamming out to the song. So for brows, I'm using the Morphe Brow Gel Cream in the shade Latte. She has quite defined brows already because they are feather touch tattooed, so I'm just defining them a little bit more and following the shape of the tattoo and just darkening them up a little bit as well. To carve out her brows, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Neutral. And I'm also dragging this product down across the eyelid to use as my eyeshadow base. I'm not setting the brows with any powder because I want the eyeshadows to have something to stick to. So instead I'm just using this fluffy dense brush just to press that product into the eyes and just sort of set it slightly without actually adding any product. To set the brows, I'm using the NYX Brow Set in the shade Espresso. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette, and this is the burgundy one. So I want to create a really beautiful, like pinky kind of burgundy half cut crease. So I'm just using a bit of the pink shade and dark burgundy shade right in the outer corner and just pressing that in with a small fluffy brush. I really just want to pack on the product to start with, and then I'll start blending and diffusing that shade after. And I'm bringing the shadow all the way through to the inner corner as well. So I'm just constantly building on the pigment and then blending it out. So now I'm just going to create a half cut crease using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again, but in a lighter shade. And then I'm using the lightest color in this Huda Beauty palette just to set across the eyelid. And then I'm using the hot pink shade just to use as the transition between the lightest color and the darker shades in the outer corner. And I'm actually also bringing this shade across the lower lash line. I really like the way that that sort of looks and complements the eye shape. Now what I'm going to do is create a glitter liner around the crease using the MAC Silver Liquid Liner and mixing it with the Makeup with Jar and Be Perfect Cosmetics pigment in the shade Buff Head. Now I'm going to do a wing liner using the e.l.f. Black Gel Liner. For lashes, I'm using the Model Rock lashes in the shade Tatiki. These are one of my favorites. They're super big and fluffy and wispy. So now I'm just going to clean up under the eyes before we move on to the skin. These colours complement her green eyes so nicely. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. And I'm mixing two shades together, Cashew and Toasted Coconut. Going back in with the same Tarte Shape Tape concealer to conceal underneath her eyes. This is in the shade Light Neutral. And then I'm going to contour her nose using a little bit of the MAC Studio Fix Perfecting Stick in the shade NC50. This is one of my favorite products to use for contouring the nose. It's such a natural looking color. And then I'm just going back through and blending it in with my Beauty Blender. To set under the eyes, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Translucent Powder. I don't like to set too much of the skin using any translucent powder, just a little bit underneath the eyes to make sure that the concealer is set in place. And then I'm using the Studio Fix powder in the shade C2 to set the rest of her skin. So now I'm going through and doing underneath her eyes using the deeper burgundy shade and then the pink shade to blend it out. And then I'm also using that same e.l.f. gel liner in the waterline. To bronze up the skin, I'm using the MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish. Literally my favorite thing to use for bronzer. It's such a beautiful color. And then for contour, I'm using the Matte Bronze Bronzing Powder from MAC. This is also my favorite product to use for contouring. Such a good shade. For highlight, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlighter. And then for blush, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me blush, and this is a beautiful coral shade. It adds such a beautiful light tint of color to the cheeks and also an ever so slight sheen to the skin. For lips, I am mixing two colors together. I'm using the Makeup by Revolution liquid lipstick and the Australis lip cream. And then for lip pencil, I'm using the MAC Spice lip liner. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this client tutorial. If you want me to do more videos like this on my channel, then let me know down in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!